What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here today. Little PSA submission video. Sending off some baseball cards for the special that they have running for February. My current order, which was the January New Year's special, whatever you want to call it there, that one has moved in the grading. It's been there for a few days now. They definitely seem to have slowed down from the torrid pace they were on. At least that front end seems to be a little backlogged. I've also heard QA2 taking quite a while on the end step of things for grades to pop, but we'll see. Like I said, this order just moved in the grading earlier this week. I think it was like Tuesday, or I'm sorry, earlier last week. Based on when you are all watching this versus when I'm recording it. So we'll see how long that one takes to move through. The first order flew. I expect this one to probably be a little bit in the middle. I definitely think they got a little backlogged with that last day of that January sale, and we'll see how this baseball special goes. So this is $15.99 per card. Most of this is, well, it's about half and half. Half is stuff from Top Series 1, and a few odds and ends of things I had left over from some random Bowman and Sapphire boxes that I opened up. So let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we have a Ellie Aqua. I think this might be a 9. I don't know. It's close. I'm a little concerned about the bottom right corner there. It's not much, but it looks like there's a little white there. I think that might 9 it, but I'm going to give it a shot at the $16. I'd probably be better off just to sell. This is one of those ones. This is a classic mistake people make, and I make too. So we'll risk it for the biscuit for the content side of it. This is one of those cards, in all honesty, and I'm just straight up saying this right now. I would probably be better off just selling this raw right now for the 45 to 55 bucks I could get for it before a ton hit the market versus sending in for grading, risking the 9, and by the time it gets back to me, there's a lot more of these on. These are the Fanatics exclusives, so they shouldn't be as heavily printed as some of the others, but this is a classic case of probably getting too cute, and I'll probably get this back, and even if it tens, maybe it sells for a decent amount over what it's going for raw today. But this is, this I'm playing with fire with this one. I probably should not be sending this one in because I am a little bit concerned about it getting a 9. I think it has a chance for a 10. It's one of those borderline ones. If this was like SGC or CGC, I would think this is going to get a 9.5. In all honesty, the rest of the card looks great. I'm a little concerned about that little bit of white in the bottom right-hand corner. Sometimes I tend to be overcritical on cards, but I typically have a pretty high gem rate on stuff as well. Next up, we have one of the Ellie 89 throwbacks. Cool looking card. I love the retro designs that they do on some of this stuff. Really hits me in the feels. The concern is how critical are they going to be about the black on the back? You can see a little bit of white there. Some of that is glare, and some of that is just like card dust, kind of. I don't know the best way to describe it. And it kind of just depends which way you're looking at it. So I'm curious to see. Part of this is, on these low dollar specials, I like to kind of just throw a couple in there to kind of test out on, how are they handling some of this stuff on these newer cards. Base cards, don't get triggered, folks. So I opened 4 jumbos, 2 hobby boxes, 5 Fanatics blasters. And I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all the Top Series 1 that I opened. I basically roughly hit about 5 Ellie's, Dominguez's, and Evan Carter's, maybe 6. This was what I plucked out that I thought to send in. And once again, I'm going to repeat kind of what I said at the top. I am not sure it's the smartest to be sending in Series 1 base. I 100%, I am knowingly playing with fire here. Part of this was, once again, me kind of curious on how they are going to grade these. Now, I picked the 3 cleanest ones that I had. You know, the Ellie, you're going to see a little white there, but that's mostly glare because my light is off to the right-hand side. So sometimes it throws me for a loop as well. But centering-wise, and actually, the main issue I had, 2 main issues were, yes, there was a little bit more white showing on the top than I liked on some of them. It wasn't egregious. It was stuff that probably has a good chance to PSA 9, but on a base card, that's obviously not worth it. On most modern cards anymore, that's not worth it. And then the other issue I had was centering. Centering is very obvious on these. And a lot of the ones that I looked at, either the centering was off or the centering was on, but there was a little bit of something going on across the top that I didn't like. So, and then with paper cards as well, you always have to check your corners a little bit better. They're much more easy to get dinged up than on a chrome card. So we're sending 3 of these. Like I said, I'm just kind of curious to see how PSA is going to grade these. I'll be very interesting to watch, to look at the gem rate report numbers and look to see how the gem rate percentage is specifically on the base cards. All right, a little bit nicer stuff here. I have a Jason Dominguez Chrome Prospects Sapphire out of 50. Not a first. I think raw these do about $40, $50 maybe. I thought this one looked pretty clean. So we're going to go ahead and send it in. I hit this one in one of the Sapphire boxes that I opened. I think this was out of 2022. Yeah, 2022 Bowman Chrome Sapphire. So this one is going on out. We got a Riley Green Aqua to 99 out of 50, or I'm sorry, out of 99. Sapphire, this is in a PSA 10. I think these do about $70. So for a $16 grading fee, I'm willing to risk it for that. I think this one looks pretty clean. 2 Mojos. I hit these. I kind of forgot I had them actually. I found them in a tote. I had some 2022 Bowman Blasters laying around, and I just ripped them off camera. And for the most part, the boxes sucked. And then one blaster, the Mojo pack, had both these in the same pack. These in a PSA 10 do about $100, give or take. So we got a Jackson Churio first and an Ellie De La Cruz first, just the Mojo parallels. I was always a sucker for the Mojo look. Always liked those. So those are going off. And then last but not least, the Gunnar Henderson Redemption Auto that I got in. Missed. I wanted to send this on the last PSA sub, but I actually missed it. I am sending this. This is a trick that I like to do. Yes, you're not supposed to submit cards in top loaders. You're supposed to send them in pennies or in card savers, 100%. When I have them sealed like this from the manufacturer, I like to send them like this. This is one of those. I have no idea if this works. I would love to talk to a PSA grader off the record and just kind of really pump them for some of this odds and ends of stuff. But we're human beings. If you saw this with the sticker, you know it's never really been touched. It came straight from the manufacturer like that. To me, I think that plays a little mental head games with people. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it works. Maybe it gives me a 5% extra chance of it getting a PSA 10. Best I could tell in the holder, it looks pretty good. I think it's borderline 9 to 10. I don't see anything obvious. The only reason I even say it's borderline is because it is hard to evaluate a card in a top loader and penny sleeve. But for $16, I'm willing to risk it just for the chance. And then, once again, I like the idea of sending them in the sealed container, even though you're not supposed to technically send them in top loaders. So that Gunnar Henderson rookie auto is going in as well. So just a little 10 card submission. I didn't want to get overboard. I think grading Series 1 stuff can be a trap for the most part. So I wanted to just kind of dabble a couple things in, give it a whirl. Also, just to kind of see how some of this stuff grades, just so I have some knowledge base in the background when discussing it. But I got to get this packaged off and sent out, and we will see how long this one takes to get back to me. I'm sending this in late February. I'm recording this on the 23rd of February. This will go out on the 24th of February. It would be amazing if I got these back by the start of baseball season. I don't think that happens. I think probably maybe mid-March. I'm sorry, mid-April is probably when I will be probably the most likely to get these back in hand. But we'll see. We will see. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. Curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Catch you on the next one. Peace.